A very good morning, dear students. Today we will learn the introduction for exercise 14.3. So in 14.2 we have represented our data, we have represented our collection in the form of tables, grouped frequency distribution table and ungrouped or simply frequency distribution table. Now except the tables or besides the table, there is another way to represent our collection, to represent our data, and that method is, that representation is graphical. The representation is graphical. It means beside the table format, we have done the tables. So beside tables, we are also able to represent our data in the form of graphs. Now, how many ways we can represent our data graphically? In graphically method, there are also three ways. To represent the data. First is bar graph. Bar graph. It means the name is suggesting that bar graph means you are representing your data with the help of bar graphs. Second is histograms. Histograms is same as that of a bar graph, but there is a difference that we will describe in introduction when we will do. And third part is frequency polygon. It is different from the above two methods. So there are total three ways: bar graph, histograms and frequency polygon. So first of all, we will study the method how to represent our data with the help of bar graph by one example. Now see, example is a family with a monthly income of ₹20,000 had planned the following expenditures per month under various heads. It means the family is spending expenditure in ₹1,000. It means 4 means 4,000 rupees. So the family is expending grocery 4,000 rupees in grocery, 5,000 rupees in rent, 5,000 rupees in education, 2,000 rupees in medicine, 2,000 rupees in fuel, 1,000 rupees in entertainment and 1,000 rupees is miscellaneous. Now you have to make a bar graph for the data above. It means the expenditure and the heads are given by the following table. So first of all, see, it is grouped or ungrouped, or it is frequency distribution table, and with the help of frequency distribution table we will draw a bar graph. So one important point is, when we are drawing the bar graph, it means we have horizontal axis and we have vertical axis. So I am drawing the bar graph here. First of all, see that if I am drawing the bar graph, okay, now see, it is vertical axis, it is horizontal axis. Now we have two things. First is heads. It means on which quantities they are expending this expenditure. They are doing the expenditure, and here it is expenditure, or how much money they are spending. So first of all, if I am writing my heads here on horizontal axis, I am writing my heads, and on vertical axis I will write expenditure, that is frequency. Now see, if first part is grocery, they are spending 4,000 rupees as grocery. Now see, 1, 2, 5 and 4. So if I am taking here, it is 0. Then if I am taking here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what does this 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 represent? 1 means 1,000 rupees, 2 means 2,000. It means you can say that on vertical axis you will write, I am writing here, on vertical axis, solution is, on vertical axis, one scale is equal to 1,000 rupees. Now on horizontal axis, heads will be represented. Heads will be represented. Now see, what will you do? You will, first of all, first point is 4000. Now we have to make a bar graph. It means we will make a rectangles. We will make the rectangles for each heads. Now grocery is 4000. It means we will reach up to here. So first of all, I am drawing the bar. I am drawing the rectangle, and here width is for grocery. Now, the most important point here to be noted is in bar graph, the width of every rectangle, that rectangle, second rectangle, third, fourth, the width of every rectangle will be same. So I am writing here that width of every rectangle must be same. This is very important point. Now, when width of every rectangle must be same, this is like 1 unit. This is 1 unit. So this is against grocery. Now tell me, rent is 5. It means my next bar graph will be for 5,000 rupees. But to be noted here that there must be a gap between two bars. In bar graph, we will leave a gap of equal unit. So it is, if it is 0, 1, 2, then 3 and then 4. Then from 3 to 5,000, this will represent the rent part. This will represent the rent part, and this is grocery. Now next is education of children. Same, 5,000. So we will move here. It is education of children. Now medicine. Medicine is 2. So it means only up to this 2. This is 7 and this is 8. So this is against to medicine. Then after medicine it is fuel, and fuel is also of 2. So here it is also of 2. This is fuel. Now next is entertainment. Entertainment only 1. It means only 1. This part is entertainment. And last is miscellaneous, that is also 1. So it is this one. This is miscellaneous. So see, in bar graph you will write here in horizontal axis you are taking heads, and on vertical axis you are taking expenditures. You are taking expenditures, and this is the bar graph for the table provided, leaving a gap of equal measurement, and we are drawing the rectangles whose length is the frequency and width is same. Of each rectangle, width will be same and length will be just against the frequency. So this is all about bar graph, that how we can represent our data in the form of bar graph. Just you have to make sure that width of every rectangle must be same and there must be a gap between the two rectangles. And why we are leaving the gap? Because see, the classes interval or the class size is not continuous. We have randomly data, that is grocery is this, rent is this. There must be if there is a continuous class interval, then we will not leave the gap, and then when there will be a continuous class interval, then we will use the histogram. That is the use of histogram. Why we are reading histogram? Histogram is for continuous class interval, where bar graph is, we can make bar graph from ungrouped frequency distribution table, or simply randomly data is provided, then we can easily make our bar graph.